What's up, Ash? I ordered this Arduino from this guy off the internet, and it arrived today. It was he sent it in an envelope. It was fucking hammered. Pins bent over. One of the sockets was folded over. It was pins punched through the bag and through the envelope. So I don't know if it's going to be fucked up or not. That's the second time that's happened with to me in the last 2 weeks. And someone on eBay. The hell, charge me the $2 for a little box, or $3 or whatever it is. I don't even know what I have in this box. One thing I am going to have to find or take it from something else is a 3.5-inch jack. For glues and solvents. Yeah, just in case Artie needs a little boost. Now, for like methyl chloride and stuff like that, which is basically a solvent that melts styrene and plexiglass and acrylic together, but I have them for different things. For a lot of this stuff, medical supplies are the best. Scalpels, syringes, forceps, hemostats. I've got an account with a company, although I haven't used it for a while. I should, just to see if it's still active. I'm trying to get the IDE installed on this laptop so I could move something over here by the camera. It's kind of being a pain in the ass. Of course, there's Windows 10 update that it's asking me to get. I hate Windows 10. It's the only PC in the house with Windows 10. I should have grabbed the other laptop. It's already got the IDE on it, but I didn't. It's connected to a CNC router out in the shop, and I was using it earlier. So 10Ks. So this should be fairly straightforward. I've got to get a jack. And I should have some. I steal them from stuff all the time. When you use a patch cord, we'll run it into, just clear off this breadboard. We'll run it into through a soundboard, and we'll use the high signal. We'll set a threshold for it, for a cutoff, so it'll cut some of the static out. And then the sound signal, when it hits peaks, we'll send a signal out of one of the through one of the pins to the servo. So once it goes past that loudness threshold and peaks, then the servo will move. So theoretically, it won't be completely accurate, but it should go pretty good. So when someone talks, and we'll take specific samples, some of the better ones like the laugh and the where the fuck is my gun one. We'll get stuff like that, and we'll normalize them so they're high. Although it's probably going to have to be in mono. Yeah, it would have to be in mono this way. So we'll have to take the samples, put them in mono, and then normalize them. Try to get all those levels up. So I should have one of these should be some nice 5-volt LEDs in red. Got a bunch of these little ones. I don't want it to be crazy bright, but just kind of a pulsing glow. So I think what I want to do is separate the two programs. So you'll just have the count talking, and then maybe on a routine every now and then it just opens its mouth, the eyes turn red, and the fangs shoot down. Like a 2 or 3 second delay, and then they pop back up and it goes back to talking. I think that'd be pretty cool. Whatever it is, it's got to be kind of keep it simple, stupid. So there's less that can go wrong. I don't want it to, if I send it up to Mike, I don't want him having to constantly reflash the Arduino and stuff like that and have things going wrong. So I'm trying to make sure everything, when I lay out these parts, that they're durable, and that if something breaks, it'll just be easy to swap out. If it's something I've got to recut, I've got all the files, so I can just make a replacement and we can swap it out. It should work pretty good. Oh, do I have a 1K resistor? That's questions. And I should. Now I got some 680s. Yeah, there's some 1Ks. Well, if that's too much, I can drop it down a little bit. Should have some 750. There's 750s right there. 10 microfarad caps. Well, that's always the danger. He might light it on fire, or he might pour holy water all over it. So then, you know, you don't want things going too south. I was looking at Visconti. Hey, find a different spot. I was looking at that show this morning, and man, that guy's face is gruesome. I really would like to make a full-size Visconti. Still got a ways to go on this, though. Brand, these are from those disposable suture kits where they come with tweezers, scissors, and forceps. Those are the best little sets. They've got the little hooks on the end for like pinching the skin. They are the best little tweezers. I'm surprised that the Pleshman hasn't been destroyed. I thought for sure he'd destroy that. He might have. That's why we haven't seen it in a while. All right, I need to get her down. Okay, you can't climb the blinds. I know. Let's see, these are all 680s on this board, except for this was a 10K. Is the video quality good for you guys? It looks so much better here. Facebook downgrades the video quality so much that it looks blurry no matter what you do. But it should be pretty clear. I tried everything with Facebook using the OBS and then using the webcam, and it just automatically downgrades the quality of the video. I don't think there's anything you can do about it. Plus, Yosef Alt is like getting all kinds of friend requests from, it seems like, extremists. I had a whole string of friend invites. So I have to keep an eye on that Yosef Alt. I don't want him getting recruited. He's really blowing up on Facebook. Literally. Oh, I know I have a 6-volt power supply around here. This one's variable, so I can dial it in. Probably run it at 9. I'll do it 6 first. Watch for smoke. I think this thing's okay, as long as it didn't break the solder joints when those sockets bent over. Yeah, so I'll show you guys the teeth while I've got better video. I need to mess with them just a little bit more and clean them up. But I made another sculpting loop last night that'll help me get in there a little bit more. So that should be enough. Once it's inside the mouth, you won't see any in it past that point. And of course, the 2 missing teeth, that's where the sockets will be. When I cast them in the mold, I'm just going to cast them as a veneer. And then I'll probably have to like hand form the fangs and then file them and make them fit perfect. But they'll push down through a hole all the way in the top. So they'll be spring loaded up at the top and then push down through. So those I need to get into a mold into silicone. I decided to, on the chulas, I decided to make, to etch little brass plates for the numbers. And it looks pretty sharp. So that's what I was working on today. I was going to ship them out today. And then last night I had this idea to do this. So I made all these, I cut all the little engraved plates. And it looks really nice. This is backwards, isn't it? Weird. Yeah, so I thought that was a nice little touch rather than just having it. It's not going to be able to get far enough back to see. Rather than, I was going to make a fixture and mount them in a machine and then engrave the year and the month, the year, and the number of the statue. But then I thought that would look a lot cooler. So I was doing these today to get them ready to ship out. So if you've ordered one, they're on the way. I just wanted to do that extra little touch. I've got all kinds of ideas for stuff I want to do. It all just depends on time. And then there's a limit to how much money I could reasonably spend. There are other things I like to do with my time, but we can get a few Patreons and that'll be just a little extra budget every month. I want to make just for the hell of it, I've got a bunch of neodymium magnets, and I want to make like a fake Dante bone, except without the skull. Do something different, and then have the magnets that'll pull it and it'll hold it across your earlobe. I think it'd be funny. This big tusk. So I'm going to breadboard this first. If you don't know, don't mess with electronics. This whiteboard is called a breadboard. It's just a prototyping board. You've got your positive and negative power rails on each side, and then it's divided into channels, so you can hook everything up without doing any soldering. Make sure everything works, and then I either use this perf board. It's going to be a very simple circuit. You can either use this perf board, or I've got blank PCB boards that I can just draw up a quick file and put it on the engraving machine. So we need very little. It's going to be I'll probably use split the signal with Y adapters for the servo, because I'm going to be doubling some of the servos, and then I'll chain them together just to get that extra power. It should be fairly straightforward. The audio is going to be running on one function on its own. Then I want the eyes to have a scripted routine so that they just kind of move on their own. Eyelids blinking automatically. If we decide to do eyelids, it might just be better with that crazed look. Doing it is not really that much of a challenge on this end of it. On the sculpture, it's a little bit more involved, because the eyelids have to be attached to a thin membrane that is the eyelid. So I might sculpt it with the eyes closed, and then for the mask, they can just be cut out. There's slight differences in anatomical features when the eyes are closed, but I'll just have to look at it and see what I can do. Dante was like years ago, he was like a normal sized dude. Now he's just a fat fuck. He looks weird on those old shows when he was smaller. There's another one of these tough guys. Real tough guy. Riding on those Patrice O'Neill coattails, that's for sure. He even took the name of the guy's show. He's no Patrice, though, that's for sure. He's a cheese ball. So I don't know what's going on. Sorry, guys. I'm really just watching this stupid laptop trying to update Windows 10. This was a mistake. But I don't have a USB cord that'll reach over to my main computer. Anybody know offhand how big of a extension you can put on USB without a amplifier? Probably a quick Google. Looks like about 16 feet. That's pretty good. 12 to 16 feet. This is taking its time. Come back to that in a little bit. So in the shop today, I found a 12-volt blower for the Mussman costume. So at least whoever's unlucky enough to be inside that big thing will get fresh air blowing in on them. I'll keep that off to the side. So I was thinking, the Count got veneers a few years ago, so apparently he had pretty shitty teeth, most likely from Accutane. So I might do the teeth kind of normal, because once they're done in acrylic, you can go in later with with carving tool and scuff them up and kind of make them shitty. You can take teeth out if you want. So I might just kind of keep them in a median place. There's more options anyways. I think that there's probably a meltdown looming. I just get that feeling. Things have been pretty calm there on the front with the relationship. Too calm. Unless he's really settling down finally. This is one of the reasons why I absolutely hate Windows 10. If there's an update, they won't let you do anything until you do that update. You can't say no, cancel it. I'm still running 7 on my main computer. And I know eventually they're going to cancel support for it if they haven't already, but yeah, this is just creeping along. I don't know what the deal is. So and work on these, get these teeth finished. I've been kind of kicking this down the road for a while. This is kind of holding up the sculpture. It's not for being lazy. I've done a lot of other things, but I have put these down more than once, and it needs to get done. I have to do the mold box. It's not one of my favorite things to do, but this is relatively easy. I don't have to do a parting line or anything like that. These are the tools I made last night. I'm going to make a whole set like this. They're really nice and comfortable. This is actually something I could probably, if I set up a jig and a pattern, I could probably sell these. Although that doesn't sound very exciting. That sounds too much like production. I think if I look online, I could probably find some spring steel, some real thin flat, maybe like 3/32 wide flat, and that would be good to make these. I'm sure somebody has it somewhere. Oh, I think it's restarting. Nope, just went to sleep. Still updating. Oh, I think those are done. Coming up here like you're going to war. All right, come on. All right, we're going to cut it for tonight. Let this laptop update. I think I will. Tomorrow I'm going to make the molds of these teeth. So hopefully Thursday we can start casting teeth. And then back on the head sculpture. Have a great night.